Hey, it's Falk here, and over the past 10 years, I've been sending emails to hundreds of thousands of drummers around the world, and in all those emails, I sign off by saying, "To your drumming success." But I realized I never actually talked about what that means to me or what it could mean to you. So I'd like to talk about drumming success in this video. So what is drumming success to me? Well, when I was 15 years old, I saw some kid in choir class and he was just air drumming and it looked like so much fun. So I went home and told my parents I'd like to play drums, and they were gracious enough to get me a drum set and set me up with a teacher that really kept me inspired and motivated. From that point on, I played upwards of 8 hours a day. I was just so obsessed with it. Still am obsessed with it. And I always set goals for myself. So after like 6 months, I was playing in front of a group of people. And then a little bit later on, I was doing a recording with a band in the studio. And then one of my biggest goals was to tour with a band and actually travel and do music for a living. And so I actually got a call to do that with a guy named Riley Armstrong, and I toured all around the United States, and it was a blast, but what I found out is I didn't really like touring. And so after 4 months of being on the road, I came home and quit the tour. Now what I realized looking back is I've had so many successful drumming moments. You know, my first time playing in front of a group of people, then doing an album with a band, and then going on tour. Now your story might look different. You might not have aspirations to go on a national tour, which I don't blame you. You might want to just play drums in your church. You might want to jam with your friends. You might want to, play for your family members. You might want to become a nationally recognized drummer and tour and do recordings and sessions and stuff like that. It doesn't matter how big or small. What's really important is that you know what successful drumming means to you. Personally, my definition of successful drumming has really changed from, the first gig to the national tour. Now, my definition of success is the results that my students are getting, because I have this large online teaching practice, and for that to be successful, it requires my students to have success. So that's a big measure of my success. Another thing is I really am working on my studio drumming, my session work. I love being in the studio. And in addition to that, I love building new systems and new products that are geared towards helping drummers learn in new and exciting ways. Just because we've all learned one way for a few years doesn't mean that's the only way and it can't get any better. And so I'm always working on improving that and helping drummers understand all the cool things we can do with this instrument. Now I've got something really exciting with this successful drumming project that you've been hearing so much about, and I want to tell you more about that later. But before we get into that, I would really just like to hear your definition of successful drumming, or any sort of successful drumming moments that you've had. If you just go ahead and leave a comment right below this video, I'm going to actually be featuring a few of the responses in the next video that's going to come out in a couple of days. So go ahead, leave me a comment below and tell me your successful drumming story or any sort of successful drumming moments that you've had. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again very soon.